Hear me out. Everyone's been told the May budget was a disaster for property investors. For short to medium term holders, yes. The 50% capital gains tax discount on established properties is gone from July 2027. That sucks, that's terrible, especially if you're flipping real estate. And it's been replaced by cost-based indexation. But here's what almost nobody in the financial media has bothered to calculate or to look into. Under specific, very achievable conditions, the new indexation model is not just equal to the old discount, it actually could be better. And I'm going to show you the maths in this video, and I'm going to show you the profile of an investor and a property that the new rules were accidentally designed to reward. I'm Roy, and this is Roy Talks Property. Grab your calculator and let's dig in. You see, the 50% CGT discount, it was introduced in 1999 by the Howard government. Hold the asset for more than 12 months, and when you sell, only half of your capital gain is added to your taxable income. So, for high-income investors selling a property with a $300,000 gain, only $150,000 was taxable at a 47% margin rate. So the tax was approximately $70,000. Under the new indexation model, your tax is calculated differently. Instead of halving your gain, you adjust your cost base for inflation using the CPI. So the taxable gain is your sale price minus inflation adjusted cost base. You then pay your full marginal rate on whatever remains. So the question is, what does inflation actually do to this calculation? So let me walk you through two scenarios, and both scenarios, they involve buying a property for $600,000 and then selling it for $1.2 million. 15 years later, essentially you've had a nominal gain of $600,000. Now under the old CGT discount, you wouldn't have to worry about the CPI. So if you were to sell this property, your taxable gain is essentially $300,000, not $600,000, because you get a CGT discount on 50%. But under the CPI or the indexation model, if you had an inflation rate of 3%, your adjusted cost base is now $934,000. Under the indexation method, your actual taxable gain is $266,000, which is less than the $300,000 CGT that you would pay on the old CGT system. Paying tax on 47% tax bracket under the old CGT system, you'd be paying $141,000, but under the new indexation method, you'd be paying $125,000. So at a 3% CPI over 15 years, the new indexation model produces a lower tax bill than the old 50% discount. At a 4% average CPI, which is where Australia is right now, the advantage of indexation grows even further. Your cost base adjusts faster than the 50% of a flat gain. This is the calculation that almost nobody has published, and it has a very clear implication for long hold investors buying property today in an elevated inflation environment. The new CGT rules are not a tax hike. They are a potential tax reduction. Here's how to position your portfolio for the next regime. Indexation rewards patience. The mechanism works over time. A 3-year hold in low inflation gives you almost no cost-based uplift, and the taxes that you will have to pay are essentially on the full nominal gain. A 15-year hold at a 3% annual CPI gives you the scenario that I just showed you. Second, the current buying environment is paradoxically ideal for indexation. You see, Australia is running a 4.6% headline inflation right now. So if you buy a property at 700 grand today, and the inflation average is even 3% for the next decade, your cost base adjusts to approximately $940,000 by 2036. So your taxable gain on a $1.4 million sale is only $460,000, not $700,000. The inflation of the purchase year period does the heavy lifting for you. Third, don't just assume that the new rules are worse before you model them. Before you sell any established properties acquired after budget night, run both calculations with your accountant. For every property held more than 10 years with an average inflation of say 2.5%, the indexation model deserves serious consideration. The May budget changed the rules. It didn't change the fundamental mathematics of long-term property wealth creation. If anything, it strengthened the case for the patient long hold strategy. Reach out to Buyers Club if you want to understand how these changes affect you, at specifically where your portfolio is up to. Hit the subscribe button. Don't forget, and I'll see you on the next one.